All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Arthur Migala, and I'm the professor for a lot of 11 courses this semester, 1350, 1351, 1314, uh, 2440, 2413. I got a whole bunch of courses, but I wanted to meet this morning for primarily for the online students, but then anybody else is also welcome. And I have a PowerPoint that I'd like to show you all. Let me see, where's that? There. About the course. Let's look at this first, and then we'll open up for questions. I'm primarily at Mountain View this semester. I transferred in from El Centro, so I'm still in the process of moving all my stuff. This is me. My name is Arthur Migala. My office at Mountain View is W263. My office phone number is 860-8777. My email is amigala@dallascollege.edu. And the Google phone, if you can't get a hold of me and it's something very, very, very important, then the Google phone number is just that. It doesn't record your phone number, it doesn't record my phone number, so it's still anonymous. So that way, if you, like, for example, the first day of my classes at Mountain View, there was a classroom mix-up and nobody knew how to get a hold of me. So the administrators had that number and they called me and we found which classroom to go into. And that picture is me in a Disney cruise about 10 years ago. All right. So if you want to get a hold of me, you could contact me before or after my face-to-face classes. You could contact me through my office phone, leave me a message. But to be honest with you, I don't know how to access that one yet because they just put it in my office. So my Google phone goes straight to my phone. You can send me an email, but again, emails are slow because I have to be logged on to the system. And can you all see my spreadsheet? I mean, my screen? Let me see. Do y'all see that? Yeah, y'all should see that. Okay, y'all should see. Oh, how do I get over this? There. So emails are good, but it'll take me about sometimes 2 to 3 days. Over the weekends, even longer. And if it's a holiday, even worse. So I am a big fan of Remind. Remind is, I mean, once the semester starts going, I will respond. I mean, within the hours, because it's always with me. So that's why I always prefer Remind. Accessing your Remind app. If you're on the syllabus, you could just click it. For each class, there's going to be a little code. Just click that, and it'll register you. But you have to do it from your phone. If you do it through your computer, then it'll register your computer. Now, but you have to do it. Look at the syllabus from your phone. If you're just on your phone and you want to do it yourself, then at the phone number 81010, for each specific class, make sure you get this code from your syllabus because each code is unique for the class you're in. Right. So if you're in 1350, then this is your code. But if you're 1351, you'll have another code. You're 1314, you have another code, but it's all in the syllabus. Thanks to COVID, we now have two primary modalities of education, of classroom settings. First one is face-to-face. They're trying to get back to that more and more. That's when the students and the instructors are in the same physical location. Online, certain students and instructors are on virtual classrooms. There are other online courses where people just send up a whole bunch of videos and it's self-paced. Either way, if you get stuck on either one of these modalities and you want to meet, then on your syllabus, as you guys, that's how you're on this meeting right now, there's a link. There's also a link that's on Blackboard on the left-hand side, and we'll look at that in a second. Again, my office is room 263. And I'm online, I'm always there. My office hours for right now, I'm only going to be in my office on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 9:30. The reason for that is because most of the other times I'm 24/7. I'm on a Remind. So If you really need to get a hold of me and you need to see me face to face, then you can just um, coordinate a time with me. Other than that, Mondays I'm in classes from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So it's time for me to go home. On Tuesday and Thursdays, I have 8 to 9:30 free. Fridays I'm open all day, and weekends I'm open all day. So that's where Zoom comes in, or the Remind comes in. I'm sorry. If you have questions or issues, then the division office, the information, all this stuff's on the syllabus. But yeah, that's get hold of them and talk to them and see what's going on. And also, there's another reason why I like Remind, because if anything happens to me on the way to class or something comes up and I'm not going to be in class, I will send you a message saying, hey, don't go to class today because I'm not going to be there for this reason. All right. So I don't like when students sit out there and wait for either somebody put a note on the door, or they wait 15 minutes, say, okay, it's time's up, I'm going home. So if worst case scenario, if you have a complaint about me, contact them. The course information. This is going to be different for each class, but what you're going to have: the course title, the course number, the section number, the year, the credit hours, the class meeting times, the day, the time in the classroom. But these three on the bottom are the important ones. These are what has to get done and students have to know about. The certification date, that is a requirement that the federal government imposes on state governments, and state governments impose on schools, because if they give you financial aid, they want to know that if the student's getting financial aid, they're going to class. And that's what the certification date is all about, is to make sure that the students are doing the work, they're in class, they're participating, and they're not just taking the money and dropping out of course. So that's very important, because if you don't do any work, the Remind, the syllabus test, and some work online, then I have to say that you're not in class and they may withdraw you from the course, and you have to go through the whole process of getting readmitted. Withdrawing from class. If you're going to withdraw with just a W with no grade at all, then if you do that by the 30th, then that's okay. But if after that you have until April 13th, now after that, I have to give you a grade. If it's a 0, an A, B, C, D, right, whatever, I have to put a grade whenever you drop off after that. So it's very important that you make sure you know that this is your last day you want to drop. Class meetings and locations. This class includes optional live interactive instructional delivered online. I will also post the sessions online for all the PDF of the notes that I write, as well as the videos of the lecture themselves. So you'll see everything I see, hear, and do. And again, there's a link on Blackboard as well as a syllabus and how to get to the Zoom for the classes. Certification procedure. We just talked about the certification date. To be certified, you have to complete the syllabus quiz, the Remind quiz, and at least one thing from the homework assignments. Just do something by the 30th at 5, because I have to submit that certificate that afternoon. Okay, so pretty much everybody's really great about that. It's just that the hardest part is trying to get everybody registered on Remind. Optional materials are calculators. You don't have to go buy one, because every computer today has a very powerful calculator built in on their, just if you go to the bottom left hand corner of your computer screen and type in calculator, it's going to pull up a calculator that has every option on there that you want. But for my courses, try not to depend too much on the calculator. It's a lot of students will just, even if it's a basic math equation, like for example, in the syllabus quiz, a lot of students just jumped on the calculator and did that and really did no good for it. So I want to see what you know. Calculator does the work. I can't test. I can't see what you know, what you don't know. Hard copy of the textbook. This textbook online, which we'll see in a second, the textbook is already there, so you don't have to purchase anything. However, if you want to have a textbook itself, you can purchase it from the publisher themselves. And trust me, these textbooks go up to about $200-300. So you really might want to think twice about that. Determining the grade, what determines your grade? Again, this is for a specific course. This is for Math 1350, but it's pretty much the same for all the courses. You have a syllabus quiz. One of them, it's actually a syllabus test, not a quiz. I should change that. It's worth 100 points. You have a remind test, which is worth 100 points. These are all online in Blackboard, and I'll show you how to get those. The My Lab Math homeworks, the average of all your homeworks will constitute 100 points. The chapter exams are each 100 points, and however many you have, they're each 100 points. On some courses, I drop one, maybe two test grades. So it just helps you get a better grade and all that. And in this course, the 1350, 1351, we don't have the final exam, we have a final project. The final project is simply a short video of how you would teach a topic of anything we covered in the semester. How would you teach it to your class that you want to teach when you graduate? Let's say you want to teach a pre-K. How would you teach a specific topic to a pre-K class? Or if you want to teach fourth grade, how would you teach that? I would also like, if gamification, if you think of a game or an activity to teach that, that would be ACES. The discussion boards, I decided to get rid of those because too many people having complaints about it. I said, do we have to do this? Do we have to do this? So I said, no, let's just get rid of the discussion boards. On the bottom of the syllabus, you'll see the calendar to-do list. Here's a checklist. Read the following. Go to start here, go to the syllabus, go to the calendar, just look at those, do the syllabus or remind tests, and sign up for the Remind app. You have to do that to do the Remind test. So you have, again, there's a link there of also how to access your Remind. Install the camera scan app. You don't need that because of the great interaction I've had so far with a lot of the students. I trust y'all. All the cam scan app is when you finish taking a test or something, you're supposed to take a picture of it and show me your proof of work. I trust y'all. I don't think you're going to cheat in these courses. Besides, if you do bad on a test, I'll let you retake it. The homework assignments, you have an infinite tries at them. Keep the best score. On the exams, the tests, chapter tests, you have 3 tries, and I keep the best score. If you need more, just tell me and I'll give you more tries, and I'll keep the best score. My other classes, the final exams that do have those, you have 2 tries at those, and I keep the best score. So again, there's no need to cheat, and so that's why I don't need to see your work. I trust you all. Again, you don't need a calculator, but there are so many free things online that you can use to see what's going on. And also in the syllabus, there are important dates. These dates are pretty much when each chapter is finished. What you're going to see, there are 2 different types of dates. There are these dates on the syllabus that are meant to give you a guideline. By end of chapter 2, you should be finished that by around the end of the month. Chapter 5, you should be finished it by the 2nd or 3rd week of February. Everything is really, the only deadline I'm worried about is everything's due at the end of your semester. If it's a 16-week course or a second 8-week course, you have until May 12th to finish everything by midnight. If it's the first 8-week course, you have until March 10th or 11th to finish everything, right before spring break. So the important part is, yes, you have dates that are on the syllabus, but those are a tentative guide to keep you on path to finish. The only deadline that there really matters is the end of the semester deadline. Right, and that does it for the syllabus. Any questions? No questions yet? I'm trying to get back to me. There I am. How do I? I want me to be bigger. Anyway,
Actually, I have a question. I'm sorry.
yes, please.
Um, on my lab I mean assignments, it
Yes.
says only that the assignments are due till like March. I don't have any like assignments that are due like this month. So I was wondering, is that
Okay, yes, I'm glad that goes along with this last slide. Let me go
okay?
to when you go to Blackboard. Let's look at this. Then we'll go to my math lab. When you go to Blackboard, you're going to see all this stuff here. If you go to the syllabus and calendar, that's where you find the calendar and the syllabus. Take the syllabus test here and the remind test. Okay, here is what a lot of students get freaked out about this. The syllabus test and the remind test, I'm just using those to make sure you know how to use those tools in the class. Can you send me a message? Can you send me a document if need to by email? Can you send it to me by remind? So if you get stuck doing homework on remind, homework, take a picture, send it to me via remind so I can look at it. And if it's an easy fix, we can fix it there. If it's not, then we'll say, okay, what time do you want to meet on Zoom? And then we'll coordinate a time and then we'll fix your problem on Zoom. All right. Then in your course, you go to my math lab and you look at all assignments. Yes, what you're going to see here are in this class is a 16-week course. All the dates are the end of the semester. Like I just said, the final deadline is the end of the semester. Because life happens. I mean, you can get COVID, you can get sick, or somebody in your family, or I mean, putting an arbitrary deadline in the middle of the semester, and if you miss it, then you get penalized, and that's just a lot of it's just an unnecessary pain and agony anybody has to work with. So we all know when the end of the semester is, you have to get it done by then. So the syllabus will have one set of dates, but the absolute deadline, everything's done with up until now, there's no penalty. But after this, at 11:59 p.m. on the end, at the end of the semester, I will shut down the class. And any work that has not been completed will get a grade of 0. Okay, so yeah, you'll see two different grade dates on there. So the syllabus will have a guideline date, but the My Math Lab has the actual date where everything shuts off and no more work. Now, for those of you who want to work ahead, a lot of my classes, I already have the lecture videos and notes already on there. It takes you to my Blackboard page. And for example, in this course, you go to chapter 6. Here are the PDFs of my lecture notes that I took. But let's look at this. If I click that, here's chapter 6, section 1. Here's the lecture notes and solution notes. These are like the solutions are actually the homework problems I downloaded and worked them out step by step by step. So in case you get stuck, you can just watch these and it'll get you through them. This one also has the lecture video and the solution video, which if you click those, it'll take you to a YouTube. And again, what I did is I downloaded all of your homework assignments and I worked them out step by step by step. So in case you get stuck, you can see, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Or if you go to the lecture video, it'll be the same way. This is the same thing you see when I teach in a classroom, it'll be exactly the same way. Instead of picture of me, what you're going to see is me writing down stuff on the blackboard. That's all you see when a teacher teaches anyway. They're standing in front of the whiteboard and you're just writing. So this is what you'll see when you go into those. And it's for all the chapters and all the assignments for each class. All right. So that's in the solutions in there. And here's the online meeting link. It's which way you are now. Then you have the textbook. If you click that, it'll take you to the physical text of each chapter. But again, my lectures I took the chapters, the sections, and condensed them to fit in lecture time period. And then you can check your grades. And again, don't worry about these due dates here. these will get changed. These will get updated when you're doing your work. I'm hoping just that every time some of my classes update the most current ones, but some of them still have old ones. So, but this grade sheet here isn't that accurate because when I finish a semester, I take all of your work that you've done and have to massage it. That's find the average of the homework. This doesn't do that. This just tells you what you've done. You can see your own work on my math lab right here. It'll tell you what your grades really are. Here's your grade. It'll tell you your grade over here. All right. So that's the class in a nutshell. And all my classes is whether it's a face-to-face course or not, it'll all have the same information. It's if you get they're talking about snow next week. So even if there's a slight chance of snow or as the roads look bad, I'll just say, listen, I'm going to lecture from home. And so you just log on and we're going to have, instead of everybody trying to go to school and then maybe possibly get an accident, then we'll just lecture online and have a discussion the way we are this way. Okay. And more questions, more questions. These are actually great questions.
I have a question about attendance.
Attendance. Okay. I'm glad it's, yeah, I don't take, I will start in my face-to-face just to get used to, just so I could place a name with a face, but attendance, no, this is college. It's the same as getting you ready for the workforce. If you don't go to work, you get fired. You don't, I mean, but if you do the work in these courses, that's when I'm happy. As long as you get the work done, I'm fat, dumb, and happy. So
Okay,
I'm not going to penalize you, which is also why I have the three modalities. You could attend my face-to-face course if you're in those courses. You could watch my videos as I'm lecturing, or you could watch the copied versions, which calls asynchronous. It's anytime you want to. It doesn't matter when you have time to do it, you'll do it. And so, but it all matters that you get everything done by the end of the semester. So attendance is important, but it's not pass-fail important.
okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Everybody else has to have some questions.
I had a question. So I
Yes.
know you said for the exams to take a picture of like our work. Where will
Yeah.
we submit the work
Actually,
to?
no, as I said earlier, since I trust my students, when we talked about the syllabus, the CAM app, the CAM scanner app. Now, your homework and your tests, you don't have to show me proof of anything. If you fail a test, again, don't cheat on a test. Don't. I know a lot of students know that there are a bunch of apps that are out there that will do the work for them and give them an easy A, but you've learned nothing. So do the best you can. And if you fail a test, you have 3 tries. If you need more tries, I'll give you more tries. I had a student took a test 6 times before they got a 90. And they were ecstatic, but they knew the material for the final exam. So I don't mind giving you more tries on a test. So and also, so in other words, you don't have to take pictures of proof of work or anything. So thank you for asking, but no, I want to have faith and trust in all my students, and this is the way I'm showing it.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hi, Professor, I have a question.
Yes.
So for the final assignment, I read it has to be like a video of us
yes, this is my favorite. Yeah, like I said, yeah, the 1350, 1351 courses are fun because what I want to do the math work, it's not that difficult, but since you guys want to be teachers, one thing that the COVID pandemic taught us when we went to lockdown is teachers had no virtual presence. They had no experience online doing anything like that. So what I want to do with that is just in case something happens and schools go back to lockdown, how do you feel about putting together your own little class for one of your, take whatever grade you're interested in teaching in, and pick a topic that we covered and show me how you would teach it to your students. On your video, I'll send out the information for that, a detailed rubric. Introduce yourself, what grade you want to teach. What are your thoughts about online learning for kids and adults? But all this sort of stuff. And what topic did you pick? Why did you pick it? And then teach it. And if you could think of a game or an activity that makes the learning and teaching of this material much easier, that is much more important than what we do in college. As you see, my videos are pretty cut and dry. I wish I could do a lecture like the elementary school teachers do. The pre-K, K, the first, second, third, they have games and activities to teach this stuff. And that's what I'm doing this semester. Is I'm going to try to find, instead of this boring homework stuff that they're doing, I want to find activities and game stuff that we can do that will teach us the same things, but we'll have an enjoyable time to doing it. Actually, let me see. Let me get back to my drive. 1350, 1351. Yeah, because in there, I'm pretty sure it's in there, there's instructions. If you don't have a Google Drive or a YouTube account, I have instructions on how to do that. The reason I want to do that is because now when you apply for a job, when you start teaching, everybody will have a syllabus, everybody will have a degree. But now if you can say also, I have here are examples of me teaching online or my work. Here's my YouTube channel. So I think it's very important. Let me look, because there's also a bonus points activity that I have in these things. I have to locate. Here it is, bonus. Yes, there it is. So in the 1350 and 1351 courses, there is a bonus worksheet. And it's pretty self-explanatory. But what it is after you do this, you answer the questions, and the answers will tell you what you have to do, what to add in the picture, and when you finish the picture. Here's a picture. It's going to be different shapes and different colors, all based on this. See, color of the eye is green. This one says, if your answer is -5, draw the following shape around the eyes. So, I think this is a lot of fun. This is doing the math, but then now when I'm grading it, I just have to look at the picture and see if the picture's right, instead of looking at all these little answers up here. So that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And again, it's just something I wish I could do to all my classes. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, I was just wondering if my main question was if we would have to go into like, I don't know, like a classroom and do it. So I
no,
guess.
no.
Okay.
No, it's
Okay.
no. Well, because of FERPA laws and everything,
Yeah.
you have to get all sorts of permissions and everything. No.
Right.
This is just like what we're doing here. Is
Okay.
if you have a GoPro or your cell phone camera, you can just hold it over a piece of paper the same way mine are.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you asked that. Now
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I'll put that on the rubric. Yes, do not go in a classroom and take pictures of kids.
No, see,
We'll all
for
go to jail.
me, it would have worked for me. I work at a school, so I was gonna make sure that I didn't have to do that, because then I would have to go through different.
Yes, no,
All that.
yeah, it's for the research projects I do. I have to go and I have to get the permission from the school, from the teacher, from the parents, and my school. So yeah, it's just a lot of work that. No, I just do it in your own house or anywhere you want to. Just you. How would you teach it?
Perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That great question. I have to make a note to myself to go change that. There. Any more questions? I'm here for you guys 24/7. If you have questions, that's why I hate when students in the past used to have questions and they send it an email, which I wouldn't get to, a teacher won't get to for like 24 to 48 hours. And that's the timeline they have for answering emails. And if it's over the weekend, you're looking at almost 72 hours. So that's 3 days that you got stuck doing your work. If you get stuck now, send me a message. Let's say I get back to you in an hour. That's still fresh in your head. So we can get you finished this stuff ASAP. And if you get stuck and you don't want to wait for me, you have all the solutions to each question that's in the homework assignment on the lecture solutions, notes, and videos. You could look at the step-by-step solutions there. So I'm trying to do everything to make these courses as painless and easy and streamlined as possible. And if I could do anything else to make life easier for y'all, just tell me. All right. If you have any more questions, just shoot it over Remind and I'll answer them. Other than that, have yourself a great warm weekend. It looks like it's going to storm. So I'm always here for y'all.
Before we leave, I have a quick question. Sorry.
Please, yes.
So the Zooms, you said there's not like a certain day we have to attend to them, just if we need them, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because you have all the lectures there. If you want me to have a set schedule, I don't mind doing that. But you have all the videos, the lectures of each day, because those lecture solutions and videos I recorded myself in a lecture setting. I mean, you'll hear me answer students' questions during class and everything in some of those videos. So, if you want to have one unique just for you, we can set up a day or 2 days a week. We could have a online lecture just for the class, or it's just as needed. If the material gets difficult, then just get a hold of me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great questions. These are great questions. Thank you.
I have a question. Are the exams times?
Well, yes and no. They told us that, yes, we're supposed to have time tests. So I put something like 280 minutes. When you look at my assignments, I don't believe in overloading the students like homeworks. I don't believe in giving you 80 questions for homework. Nah, my homework assignments, I will always try to make it less than 15, 20. 10 to 12 is a good range for me. But if the material is easy, like pretty much like what is 7 plus 5, you may have 20 questions. But if the material is more complex, you'll have fewer, so you spend more time doing it. Same with the exams. The exams, you'll have anywhere from 8 to 14 questions on an exam. And you have 280 minutes is how many hours? It's like 4 or 5 hours. So yes, they're timed, but the time is so long that you could drive to Fort Worth and back twice before it expires. Again, if you need more time, more tries, just tell me and I'll change it for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? More questions? All right, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Give me your time this weekend, and I'm gonna go post this later on this afternoon so everybody have access, whoever hasn't been here, or you can watch it again if you want to. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you either virtually or on campus. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you. Have a
one.
great rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye.